flavours. Try and change my mind. I'd say this is probably the accurate representation of a Springer and a Cocker. Springer, relatively energetic. Cocker, Mila. Oh. She's wild. Mila. She's crazy. She's super crazy. She's super crazy. Bless her. You're right there. This is probably a very different or unlikely place that you'd probably think you'd find a dog trainer, and that is being sat at a desk. Bare Basics is actually now, as of now, a global business, meaning I have clients all over the world. And this is a very important segment for me because this is where I'm allowed to connect with my clients and I run through my daily check-ins. So every single client that I have working with me at current, I check in with them every single day, or depending on what program they are on with me. Some people get it 4 days a week, some people get it 6 days a week. It just varies depending on programs, but I also run an online coaching program, which means they get check-ins every single day except my day off, which is Fridays. This is a segment where I get to connect with those people, I get to help them with their dogs, and every single time I do it, it motivates me more and more and more. But yeah, I'm going to jump in and do my online check-ins now and check in with you guys in a bit. So I just wanted to come in here quickly and say this is how crazy this can get in regards to like my check-ins and things like that, and how I'm just so grateful for the position I'm in. Like, I'm currently here sat in England at my makeshift desk, and I'm currently communicating with a client that's all the way in Canada. Like, that to me is crazy. Like, I've been doing this business now for well over 3 years professionally. I mean, I've been training dogs more or less the past 15 years, but professionally, like this being my full-time job, I've done it for the past 3 years, and never did I thought it would get to this point. And it's always been a dream of mine, it's always been an ambition of mine to get my business global. And the fact that that's now starting to trickle out and it's starting to happen is, to me, a very, very big achievement. And that's the biggest thing I think with anything when it comes to dog training as a whole, whether you're a dog owner or you're a dog trainer or you're just a dog enthusiast in general. Set yourself goals, set yourself ambitions, and work towards those ambitions. And I guarantee you, when you start to get closer towards those goals and ambitions, and they don't even have to be as big as what I'm talking about right now, it could be something as simple as just literally, I don't know, say you've got a reactive dog and you want to be able to get that reactive dog to a point where it can comfortably disengage from a trigger at a duration away, a duration additional distance away. That's a small, minute goal, but to someone who has a reactive dog, it's probably huge, it's probably massive. By setting that and sticking to it and working through it, and when you get to that goal, it just lights a switch, and then that switch goes, and then you get addicted to that feeling, you get addicted to progress and progression and moving forward. And that's where people then project themselves, because you start to achieve and achieve and achieve and achieve. And that's something that I'm always trying to showcase to my clients. Like, I want to become your biggest cheerleader. I am your biggest cheerleader when it comes to this type of thing. So whenever I get an update or whenever I get a check-in or anything like that, like I've had loads just today of people just smashing it out the park, and I'm so happy and so pleased with all the work that people are putting in. When I then shower them with praise and I show them that this is what I'm looking for, like this is spot on, you're absolutely smashing it out of the park, they go away and they do it another 10 times, or they do it another 15 times, or they'll send me an update or something and it'll be like, oh, I did this today, and, and I'm just there like grinning from cheek to cheek, just like, this is fantastic. Like, this is what I do, this is why I do what I do, this is why I'm a dog trainer. I help people achieve what they feel impossible with their dogs, and when I can get them to that desirable outcome, it fills my heart with joy. I'm just finishing up my check-ins now, and I'm on my last client, which is a Springer Spaniel that is actually in Canada. We're just working through some behaviours and things with the dog, and again, same principle, like they're always on the ball. I always wake up and I look at their chat and it's like 15 messages. I'm just like, get it, let's go, guys. It is just absolutely fantastic. But yeah, this is just what motivates me, honestly. It genuinely is. And people think of business in a different way, but for me, I love work and I love what I do. So this to me genuinely doesn't feel like work. I know I'm sat at a desk and I'm having to work and I'm having to work away, but genuinely it's just so motivating for me that I don't think of it as work. I mean, it's like 7:50 in the morning and I've already blasted through all my clients and messaged them and replied to them and so on and so forth, and it's fantastic. But yeah, I'm going to jump in on this last client now and then I'll check back in with you guys when I get back. All right, and that conducts my check-ins for today. So I'm actually ahead of schedule, finished a little bit earlier, which is cool. Always love that when that happens. But I'm now going to just finish up, toilet the dogs. I've got my right-hand man, Sid, coming with me today for my in-person sessions. I've actually got double Daxi today, so I've got 2 one-to-ones with Dachshunds. So that should be fun. That should be interesting, working through some reactivity issues with both dogs. And it's very interesting because we've got one dog that's towards the end of their reactivity journey, just working through more real life concepts. And then we've got another that is right at the start of their reactivity journey and working through those concepts. So should be very, very cool. I'll try and get some videos and stuff to showcase for you guys, but I just wanted to show you this that I just got a new gadget, and I love gadgets because gadgets are really, really cool. One of the things that I strive upon is I love creativity, I love work, and I love making sure that I can stay focused. This is basically a desk timer. So what this does is I can basically set it to whatever time I want, and then basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to set that to my time blocks, so my work blocks that I have within my Google Calendar. And once that timer is on, what I'm going to do is I am going to then completely switch off from everything other than the thing that I'm focusing on. Yeah, so eliminating all distractions around me, everything of the sorts. It's just going to be me honing in and focusing on that specific task, just to help me have a little bit more guidance, a little bit more direction, so I know exactly where it is that I'm working on and I can just stay focused and working through that concept. Oh, no, sorry, I just got a message of someone saying that the dog recalled off a squirrel. This is it. This is what I mean. I just get diverted and I get distracted. But yeah, it's cool. So yeah, I bought this for the simple reasons of making sure that I avoid procrastination as much as possible. I've got much better at it, but I think it's something that is so very, very valuable, and it's something that definitely gets underlooked. If you want to be productive, if you want to be successful, make sure that you provide yourself with the help in order to do so, and that's exactly what I've done here. So I bought that for the reasons of just helping me stay on track and working through that concept. But yeah, let's train some dogs.
Why is it important to teach your dog to walk both on lead and off lead? Because when you've got your hands full, it makes life considerably easier. Right, let's jump in to these one-to-ones. Load up. Oh, lad.
Oh, okay, just got a oh, I hate it when that happens. You know, when you drop your phone down the side of the seat. Oh, right, okay. Anyway, I now have a 7-minute drive to my training location, so I shall see you there.
Ooh, on place bed. Crocky. Hello. So, we are here. This is my training location. I don't own this land, unfortunately, but this is where I conduct all my one-to-ones. It is basically a massive open fielded area. Car parks right here, clients can just pull up, get the dogs out, and we get to work. This is my usual setup, so we literally just, I have like a bog standard, oh it's face tracking, that's why you can't see it. I have a bog standard place bed, that's my working dog box, and then this Yeti box is just filled with loads of stuff. I probably will show you what's in there at some point, but yeah, we'll keep it for a secret for now. So usually what I do is I just have, this is almost like a little table that I have, so I put everything up on here actually, so I'm going to put all this stuff on here, because this is usually what I use to hold everything on. And then we're going to get into training some dogs. One of the literal like sickest things about this camera is I can control it from my phone. Like I know what I said earlier about gadgets. This is genuinely one of the sickest things. So like I'm trying to do this like more remotely now. So Christ, bearing in mind as well, like I wanted a drone. Oh my god, it's probably the best that I don't do that yet, and I actually just get better at controlling this, because oh my word, that's absolutely terrible. Wait, hold on. Okay, that's central. If I do this, will it track my face? Let's not zoom. Let's keep that on that. Yeah, but this camera's sick. I love it so much. Okay, cool. So when I've got a little bit more pepperiness, a little bit more motivation from the dog, what I'm gonna do is with my food reward, I want him to be pushing into my hand a little bit more, yeah? So we get a little bit more push like that. And then all I'm gonna do is I'm gonna bring him back, spin him round, put him into that position like that, and then yes, and I'm gonna throw my reward and pay him. So I'll show you that one again from side on, because he's quite food motivated, so I can use that to my advantage. This is what I want. The more activation I provide for the dog, the more motivating I become. If I've got him like this, and I just pull him round, yes, go on mate, good lad. See what I mean? He's like really, really quick with it, he's really, really fast with it, because he's motivated for the behaviour. So the more and more I provide that level of intensity, the more likely he's going to want to perform the behaviour, yeah? Oh, bless you, Henry. So I pull him round, into the behaviour, yes, throw the food and reward. That make sense? Yeah. Yeah? Perfect. Give it a go. So you bring him back, bring him round, and you reward, yeah? If it helps, you can have a pivot point. So this foot doesn't move, this one does all the movement. So you bring this leg back to pull the dog back into position, and then when the dog's back here, you can turn your hand, pull them forward, and bring them back into the behaviour. There you go. He's fast though, he's very, very quick. So you got to be on top of him for that in regards to compete with that fastness. There you go. And then bring your head, yeah, nice. Bring him round. Perfect. So if you were doing this at home, what you can do is if you've got like a wall or a surface that you can utilise, you can stand with the wall there, dog in front of you, and then when you lure the dog round, it's going to help with positioning and stuff, so he's not like sticking his back end out or anything. One little bit of criticism to give you there is just with your hand placement. So when he is in front of you like that and he's in the position here, your hand is turned this way. Yeah, and he's trying to get round your hand to get to the reward. So what I would encourage that you do is rather than you having your hand there when he's here, turn your hand so it's facing him. So it's almost like he's eating into your hand when he's in that position. Yeah, I'm happy as long as he's in a little bit more of a closer proximity than what he is when he's loose lead walking. Yeah, we're not, you know, getting ready for cruffs or anything like that, so it doesn't have to be like perfect, but not this way, yeah. But as long as the dog is just positioned, engaging with us, looking up at us, perfect, I'm happy with that. I say when you're like, you know, stick the kettle on, you've got 2 minutes there rather than standing around doing nothing, bust out a little heel session, get your dog going into doing some heel work. It's a really big thing for a lot of dogs. Like a lot of dogs, when they think of the concept of walking, it means we just go all the time. And a dog like him that does want to do stuff a lot of the time in regards to, you know, play or bark at dogs or, you know, pull on the lead, go off and sniff, whatever it is that he wants to do. If we can just kind of like allow him to slow down a little bit and just let him process the world around him, that's going to be super, super beneficial for not only just his ability to regulate his emotions in a lot of social situations, but just like his nervous system. You know, he's not going to be like bursting with cortisol all the time and just being really, really stressed about everything. It allows him to just chill out and be nice and calm and relax in the environment that he's in.
Look at this now. It's just sat. That's amazing. Henry. Yes. Good
Nice,
boy.
yeah, pay that. Perfect. So that was my first one-to-one of the day. Just finished up there. Really, really cool dog. It was dachshund, as you saw, Henry, bless him. It's a really interesting one because I see this a lot with dachshunds as a whole, is I think people forget what their original genetic makeup was bred for, and it correlates massively in regards to the behaviors that they present and the behaviors that they show. So like Henry, for example, he gets incredibly frustrated on lead by other dogs, and we very, very quickly learnt that if we just change what we do with him ever so slightly, it had a massive impact. And all we did was simply just restructure where his desires, where his drives lie, and he smashed it. Like, we actually interacted with him in play, and we got him to actually go through the entire predatory motor sequence, and he thrived off it. There was actually a moment where he clocked a dog in the distance, and he went over as if he was going to run over to it, and then mid-chase was like, actually, do you know what? And he came flying back, to which then I presented his, I got his owners to present his toy marker, and they had a tug session with him, and he was gassed. He loved it. It was fantastic. But yeah, really, really cool dogs. I love them. I think they're fantastic. I think they're so cool, and I think they're so... No, I would say they are underrated. They're an underrated dog breed, and I think if you know what you're doing with them, and you know how to properly stimulate them and provide them with a decent outcome, you can get so much out of them. And yeah, we've got another one next. So we've got Rupert. Got little Rupert, again working through some reactivity bits. So we're going to get Stooge Dog out and use Sid for some bits and bobs, and yeah, should be fun. There we go, nice. So we bring him into that heel position. Always helps if you direction change when you ask him to as well. Yeah, nice, perfect. Take some time to kind of just like process what's happening first before we go in and reward him and stuff, yeah? This is gonna be really new to him, different thing for him to see, so he just needs to work through that picture. There we go. Yeah, nice, lots of movement, lots of activation. That's what's gonna really benefit him for sure. So let him, yeah, just let him hold the behavior. I would pay him now though, because yeah, you're absolutely right, he's quiet. Yeah, he's just chilled out. Perfect. So let's just work him around this picture a little bit more. Not too close though, that it's a little bit too much for him. I'd pay him for that, because like you literally was bang next to the dog and he was like, yeah, cool, whatever. This is what I like about Dan though, he just does it. He just gets stuck in. Just walks straight in. Like the video that you sent over where he's like, walk past the dog. Absolutely, there you go. This is it. This is when more of the behaviour modification side of things kicks in. This becomes second nature for the dog. Yeah, that's it. Be really predictable for Benji as well. He'll prefer that. Nice.
Oh, right. Okie dokie. That conducts my in-person segment of the day. We now are going to go and have some lunch, and then it is on to content creation. So we're going to be recording some stuff, doing some bits and bobs. I really love those sessions. There are some really, really good sessions. It's always great, and you'll see in the clips, the area that I do my one-to-one sessions, a lot of my other clients use this area as well for training their dogs, because it's just a great area. I ended up having to, I actually subbed some of my clients in, because we was working with Sid, with Stooge Dog, which is, again, this is why I'm starting to see that there's not really much point in me just utilising a Stooge Dog, because a lot of the time, by midway through the session, the dog gets accustomed to the dog, and then people then start to slip up a little bit on handling because the dog's performing, they're just doing it. They miss little key component bits, so that's why I like to have a lot of dogs kind of working through getting them to that point of seeing a variety of different dogs so that they can continue working through the behaviour. So I clocked some of my clients working their dog at a distance and just said, you know what, guys, you want to just come over here and we will use you as a Stooge Dog for Rupert. But yeah, that was funny. It was a good session though. It was a really, really good session. They've made substantial progress from where they were when we first started out. I might see if I can actually I'll put a clip in of a before and then a clip in of them after. Well, not a before and after. I hate saying that. Cringes into my core, but like a before and then where they are now, basically. We're gonna go home, have some dinner, and then it is on to some content creation. I don't know why I said it like that. That was very cringe. Ew. Remember, stay hydrated. let's get home and do some business.
I am now all changed and ready for a filming session. So we're going to be busting out some reels, getting some content filmed. So yeah, here goes. We have now just pulled up to filming location. I have changed into my filming attire. We're going to jump in, film some reels and a few bits of this and that. But yeah, here we go. I don't know what that was. What a weirdo. And that's a wrap. Sid's just mopping up. That's 3 reels finished that Yaz is going to edit, which, you know, watch out for those. They're going to be coming out soon. But yeah, it's on to going back home now. Got a little bit of time before, and then I've got 2 discovery calls with 2 potential clients. So yeah, going to jump in on that. And that is a wrap. That's my last call of the day. The time is 4:45, and I'm finishing the day where I started it, at my desk. That's been pretty much a day in my life. It varies day to day, it's not always like that. I mean, some days are busier than others, but I try and fill it with as much as I physically can in regards to moving forward and projecting my business as much as physically possible. So I never just sit around and do nothing. I'm always doing something because, yeah, progression and all that. But yeah, thank you so much for following along. I hope you enjoyed what you have watched today. It'd be so greatly appreciated if you could like this video. Please comment, let me know your thoughts, and I would greatly appreciate it if you were to subscribe as well. I'm hoping to do at least one of these a week, and I'm going to try and maybe do it as like a condensed thing. So I'll do like a week in the life type thing, but just varied across one video. And I also want to do a lot of like standalone videos as well on like specific things and specific topics. But yeah, thought I'd give you just a little bit of an insight into what I do here at my business. And yeah, hope you enjoyed, and not speak to you soon. Don't know why I said that. That's me in client mode. I'm thinking I'm speaking to someone on the phone in client mode. Ignore me. I'm tired. I've been in the sun all day and it's been a long one. But yeah, appreciate it. Thank you very much and see you later.